As long as we come on air every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwu Okike Abiama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiama who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, Nna nke bi n'eluigwe, ka aha gị dị nsọ, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee all over this very planet that you created. They are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day. Chukwu Abiama binigwe whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth, Chukwu Okike Abiama, to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. Ahadin sosine bigebi rone bigebi. He said,
my name
is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, I tell you. I lead indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. So also do I command the armies of Biafra. They are fiercely loyal. They are loyal, I tell you, and doing the work that I expect them to do. I also direct Radio Biafra not through any power which I possess or any extraordinary knowledge, but by your grace, O Lord.
By your grace.
By your grace, we honor you and we adore you. I know that some people listening, including the British, may not understand what we are doing. But there is nobody in Britain that answers Nwachukwu, the child of heaven.
We do.
Therefore, when we worship our Father, people should not try to be jealous. They should not feign ignorance or misunderstanding, because we are ancient people. We have been doing this for over 5,000 years and will continue to do so until the end of time.
All right. Thank you for joining me this Christmas Day. If it were not somebody that I love so much, I would have gone the violent way. But because I love Maxwell, I want to go in the way of advice. If he doesn't take my advice, he's just going to disgrace himself. And I will be disappointed, because I see him as a man of respect, a man that sees and that understands. You know, having been working with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and having been defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you shouldn't entangle yourself with negative and blood-sucking people like Chris OKAFOR. Merry Christmas to my friends and well-wishers and family members and mommies and daddies. Merry Christmas to you, Obinna Jeremiah. Merry Christmas to you, Ego Nwaiwu, and compliments of the season to you, my sister Gladys Pure Heart. So many of us may not believe in Christmas. I honestly do not, really. But for those of you that believe in Christmas, I celebrate with you, okay? I personally, seriously, I don't want to go into that controversy, but the reason for the season is Christmas. So, and it is not, for me, it is not a bad thing to say that you are celebrating Christ. Christ is the Savior. So, going by the history of it, you may not want to celebrate, but going for the fact that Christ is not demon. So, it won't kill me that I'm putting on this thing and saying Merry Christmas to a fellow Christian. All right? So, just understand the reason why I am doing this is for the season. It's not because I believe in the story of the reason or whatever. But all the same, I have done the Christmas program, and now it is my very, very, very concerned program for someone I love so much, Barrister Maxwell. I was surprised. Honestly, I was shocked when I saw this video. I was shocked when I saw this video that Maxwell, the lawyer to our leader, Onyendumas Nnamdi Kanu, is it the representative? Because now Nnamdi Kanu does not have a lawyer, is now trying to represent Chris OKAFOR. Chris OKAFOR. Oh my God. Thank you so much, my brother Boniface. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Peter OKAFOR. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Gladys Pure Heart. Thank you so much, my beautiful sister. Thank you. That is Maxwell. If you didn't see anybody to represent, Obruze Chris OKAFOR is not a human being. If you are representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you don't tarnish his image by trying to represent Chris OKAFOR. You are trying to tarnish the image of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and it's not going very well. It's not going well, oh. And I am going to assure you that if you do not withdraw your support or your representation of Chris OKAFOR, you will regret it. Believe me, you will regret it. I don't have your personal number. I know that some people have it. I don't have time to look for it and call you. But maybe after this program, I will still look for your number and call you. Please, stay away from Chris OKAFOR. Chris OKAFOR is the worst individual that you can represent. It's just like you coming now to say you want to represent the devil. Or if a Nigerian person that have been fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and I still believe in one Nigeria comes for you to represent them, are you going to represent them because you are just a lawyer? No, now. I saw this video. I don't know whether I will be able to play it all, but I've not seen anybody that win Very Dark Man. No. I'm still looking for anybody that win Very Dark Man. You know why it is difficult to win Very Dark Man? Because Very Dark Man is a man of integrity. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man of integrity. People that make integrity their watchword, if they are talking about something, be careful before you chook eye into it, especially if you have not found fault in that person. Do you understand what I mean? So Maxwell, be warned, eh? I am somebody that have been speaking well of you, eulogizing you and saying, this one, you are going to shoot yourself on the foot. I am telling you, 100%, you will regret it. You will regret it, or believe me. If you don't regret it, know that I'm not Raphael. This is your step to represent Chris OKAFOR. I swear on my mother's grave, you will regret it because Chris OKAFOR is a beast, is a monster. Now, let's listen. I saw this video.
Case. It has come to our notice and as well to the public domain of the cyber incitement, cyberbullying, cyber harassment, cyber stalking, criminal intimidation, malicious act of imposture perpetrated by Mr. Martins Vincent Osi, popularly known as Very Dark Man, and the lady, Miss G. That's how the lady introduced herself during the time of their committing this crime. Now, it's no longer news
so you are opening your mouth to say that Very Dark Man is cyberbullying, is committing a crime. Maxwell, now wow. Why be say I hate it to see that people that I believe that they have sense and I support them and I praise them and they come to misbehave. It break my heart. This your press briefing is the highest misbehavior. In fact, the worst misbehavior I will see before the end of this year. Thank God I'm seeing it before the end of this year. So that it will not be something that will welcome in the new year. This is the highest form of misbehavior. Oh my God.
This act of criminal stalking and cyber crime and libelous article and comments started by one against our client, Dr. OKAFOR, senior pastor, Dr. OKAFOR, started by one Miss Doris Ogala and the cohorts. However, our interest in this press briefing is not.
You are getting interested in fighting somebody, and now the person is already. Do you see the video that Doris did today in support of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu? I know that Doris is another person, but when she's coming out to support Mazin Nnamdi Kanu because she's trying to save herself from the darkness. Doris is coming out of the darkness called Chris OKAFOR. And you, Maxwell, you want to go and represent that man? Hey, Chineke Menege Bere.
On her and her laughable and good digging story calculated to exploit our client through cheap blackmail, taking into account the ongoing investigation and intervention of different law enforcement agencies. So who say that on that her own, that everybody should suspend commenting on it since they are investigating it. You know, we reported this matter to the police, and you said that our client breached his promise to marry you, and some other things you said. Instead of you to follow the due process by approaching court with your evidence and prove your case, you decided to go into social media, thinking that when you blackmail our client as a pastor, thinking that when you start crying, our client will call you to give you money.
Your client is a demon. It's not blackmail. Your client. How can you even be calling Chris OKAFOR for your client? Oh my God. Maxwell, why? Maxwell, why? Hey, oh God, Maxwell, why? How can you be calling Chris OKAFOR for your client? If the law firm that Chris OKAFOR is registered to is where you work, in this particular case, you have to excuse yourself. If maybe it is a law firm that you belong to, that Chris OKAFOR have, registered as a client, for your own sanity and for the integrity of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and the integrity of what you are doing with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, you have to excuse yourself from Chris OKAFOR. Chris OKAFOR does not support Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Chris OKAFOR does not even support Ndi Igbo. Chris OKAFOR, you saw him berating Ndi Igbo in a video, saying that Ndi Igbo is the worst tribe and that Ndi Yoruba is the best tribe. The same Yoruba. Today, as I'm talking to you, Ndi Yoruba, they just set ablaze the business of Ndi Igbo in Lagos. While they travel for their Christmas in the village, Yoruba people put fire in their business in Lagos. The same people Chris OKAFOR is praising and celebrating. Do you understand me? Maxwell, for no reason, darkness and light do not mix. Thank you, Mommy Ego Ibo. Darkness and light do not mix. For no reason should you identify yourself with people like this man. It's just like, as you have now known that Ifeanyi Ejiofor is a demon, is evil. Ifeanyi Ejiofor will be working in a law firm, and that same law firm will come and employ you to work alongside Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Are you going to submit yourself and say because you want to work and then you work with Ifeanyi Ejiofor? I'm asking you. Maxwell, I'm asking you. If a law firm where Ifeanyi Ejiofor is working, they employ you, or maybe Ifeanyi Ejiofor is the owner of a law firm, he employ you, are you going to work under him or work with him or work for him? Knowing fully well that he is a demon, agent of the zoo, will you work because of money? Are you not the one that told us that you know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that people should have integrity, that you don't care even if they seize your law license? Hey, before my hand though, Chineke menege ebere.
Or whatever thing. So we said we have not seen this thing happen. Assuming without conceding that our client breach the promise to marry you, is that a ground for you to start posting his pictures to the in social media? That is the question, and that is cyberbullying. The law is very clear. And some persons say then, why should we go to police? Going to police. When is going to police becomes a crime? Or do you want our client as a pastor to start fighting? Or do you want our client as a man of God to start banding words with her and her cohorts in the social media? Knowing that some persons, some men of God, which will make available to you, which you are calling CAN and PFN to investigate, are pushing them so as to pull down his ministry. But we don't want to go into that. So what I'm going to police now has advised that on that particular.
So you believe in that thing that Chris OKAFOR is doing and he called ministry? You believe in it? Chris OKAFOR. Did you not see the fake miracle Chris OKAFOR have done? Did you see all the lies? Eh? Please, I don't want to waste my time on this. Maybe if we have time, we'll come back and play this. I don't know. I've not played it to the end though. Or maybe we should give him the benefit. Let's listen to him. Because there are so many videos. We have the video of Very Dark Man. We have the video of, oh my God.
No, none of the parties should make comment on it. And we decided and humbly respect the police and the security agents in that regard. And so as to allow the wisdom of the law to take full course in that respect. Now, it is, however, worrisome that while the above remains, and that is the issue of those organ was on, and remains inconclusive and under investigation, a disturbing and disparaging story began to make rounds the social media, setting the social media space agog and throwing blaze against the personality of our client, Senior Pastor OKAFOR. Now, our attention to that in that regard has been drawn in that the individual herself, the lady who introduced herself as Miss Chi OKAFOR. If you watch the clip where this issue was committed, she introduced herself as Chi OKAFOR. The reasons for that I don't know, and has presented herself online as the biological daughter of our client, Pastor Dr. Chris OKAFOR, making false and misleading claims regarding his personal life and family relationship, alleging abandonment and neglect of paternal responsibilities on the part of our client. Now, the lady in question came up and he made the statement that our client is her biological father and failed to take the responsibility of them. And we are saying that ordinarily our clients have decided long ago not to join issues, nor respond to any characterless, we call them people without character, jobless agents of destruction, in that our client is already aware of where they are coming from and those who are pushing them. So joining the issue with them will make them succeed by making to lose focus in his clergy work. So he decided not to respond to the false claim. Now, but to put record straight, we want to start by stating categorically and unequivocally that those claims as alleged by the so-called Miss Chi OKAFOR are frantically untrue, misleading, malicious, inciting, injurious to the personality and the character of our client. What we are saying is that the lady in question is not a biological daughter of our client, and our client is not.
Now, I personally have not established that fact that the lady is a biological daughter, but she says she's a daughter. But the truth you should ask or find out is, did Chris OKAFOR do the things the lady is saying that he did to her? Is Chris OKAFOR capable of doing such things? The answer is 100% yes, because his antecedents shows that he can do and undo such things. Chris OKAFOR can do and undo such kind of things, of taking advantage of women. He has been taking serious advantage of people, especially women. Maxwell. How many times did I call you? I have been following this man for years. Chris OKAFOR is a bloody liar. A liar with capital L. A liar with a long nose. You are representing a demon. And it's either you desist now or you find yourself in the same pit where that demon will find himself. Chris OKAFOR, Abromado. Chris OKAFOR is a liar. He has taken so much advantage of people. Chris OKAFOR is not a pastor. He's not a man of God. He's an evil personality. And if you are representing Chris OKAFOR, I will withdraw every level of accolades I've given to you. I will know that you don't have sense of reasoning. I will know that you don't belong to the side of truth. I will know that you are a mistake in anything. Chris OKAFOR. Hey! Look, I used to be a pastor. I know these pastors more than you do. Chris OKAFOR is not a pastor. He's a monster. There's so many evidence to that. So many. Only the fake arranging miracles he arranged in his church, or the blood he uses to sprinkle on people's windscreen to tell them that they will have accidents and they will hand over their cars to him, is worse than an highway robber. Chris OKAFOR is worse than an highway robber. Oh my God. Let me leave this your message. Let me go. You need to see. And you know, the man that wedded Chris OKAFOR with the lady he impregnated, because the new wife of Chris OKAFOR, it was a by force, that he was by force to marry the girl. Chris OKAFOR impregnated the girl, and the parents forced him to marry. And the person, I have a caller, maybe somebody that understands better. Let me take this call. Hello, my caller.
Pastor Vava.
I bet who they talk.
You the quarter, now me, Asian man.
Okay.
Yeah, I said forget about Maxwell. Maxwell, they find money. They find money.
We can't rubbish with this now. How you gonna find money? You don't say they represent Nnamdi Kanu. You go carry you where they represent Nnamdi Kanu. You can't they support Chris OKAFOR. You be like say make I speak for Maxwell face.
Na money, forget her. Now one for the man.
I know Chris OKAFOR. I've been on his case for more than how many years?
I found one.
Yeah?
I found one. A criminal pastor.
Yeah? Me, so I know there are so many pastors who will even tell me maybe I will be afraid. I say maybe they will sue me to court. Me, Chris OKAFOR, I am not afraid of being sued to court. You see, Chris OKAFOR? Chris OKAFOR is a very terrible human being. You don't know God.
At the evangelists, I know all of them. They are all fake. No one is good though. No one except those one will not do social media or those one will not do television. All this one will do television. All of them are fake. All of them.
Thank you, my brother, for calling. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your call. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please, if you know Maxwell, you know why I am sounding like this? Because this thing is going to backfire on you, Maxwell, and you will not like it. In fact, I need to get your number to talk to you. Maybe somebody have not told you before. You need to go back in time and see. Now, the man that wedded them, his name is Matthew Ashimolowo. Matthew Ashimolowo, a very terrible disaster to Christendom. That one, a Yoruba man. I want to show you a video of Matthew Ashimolowo's senior man that was so disappointed that Matthew Ashimolowo went and wedded Chris OKAFOR. He said, what? A disappointment, a disgrace. Ha. He be like, say, you don't know what you they do. You know what you they do. This Maxwell, first and foremost, make we hear Doris Ogala. Doris Ogala may have done a lot of things bad, but she can redeem herself as she's turning back. Listen to what she quickly said about Nnamdi Kanu.
Nnamdi Kanu is my brother. Nnamdi Kanu is my brother. We grew up together. We grew up in the same environment. You count 1, 2, 3 houses, you see his house, you see our house, you see the father's house, you see my house. Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. No, this is unfair to him. This is unfair to us. What is his crime? He was trying to warn you and me. He was trying to tell us that they are coming for us in churches. He was trying to tell us that they are coming for us in our farms. That is the crime he has committed.
Lavoro da casa e nei weekend adoro fare gite fuori porta, per questo l'auto mi serve soltanto quando...
Everything he said in the past is happening today. Everything he said is happening today. And what happened? He's been sentenced to life imprisonment. This is unfair. This is unfair to me. This is unfair to you. And this is unfair to every Igbo person, including Yoruba and Hausa. This is unfair to every one of us. Because he warned us. He said they are coming. They are around us. They are in our bushes. They will come for us in our churches. What happened? Everything he said, is it not happening now?
Of course.
What did he get? Life sentence. This is unfair.
Okay, that's it. That's Doris Ogala's video. I think she did it recently. Now let me show you.
Thank you for staying with us. Today's story is one that has dominated social media timelines and sparked fierce debates across the country. So, Pastor Chris OKAFOR, founder of the Mountain of Liberation and Miracle Ministry, went ahead to marry his partner, Pearl, in Lekki, Lagos, despite days of intense online controversy and emotional allegations from Nollywood actress Doris Ogala. Ogala has publicly accused Pastor OKAFOR of ending a 9-year personal relationship, claiming he promised to marry her, but reneged allegations she says that has left her devastated and seeking some form of settlement. She even vowed to disrupt the wedding unless her demands were met, including a reported condition that he purchased her a house. The wedding ceremonies, both traditional and white, went ahead with a gathering of family and friends, and photos and videos quickly flooded social media. In response, netizens have reacted with mixed emotions, some expressing shock and criticism, others questioning motives and morality, while a few wish the couple well despite the tumult. What are your thoughts on this? We would like our viewers to join the conversation on 0201.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to listen to all of that. I want to bring you a section where they interviewed a pastor that knows Chris OKAFOR very, very well, and that knows the pastor that wedded them very, very well. Let's go straight to that point, and then we'll take it from there.
Your View will be right back.
Thank you for staying with us. We're still talking about the pastor and the Nollywood actress, and to help us have a deeper conversation, in our studio today we have Pastor Olumide Emmanuel. Welcome, sir.
Now you call me pastor. Now when I call pastor, are you busy?
Businessman.
Which deeper? Conversation? Am I joining you to house? Me, I just came back.
Pastor, real estate practitioner.
I just got back, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
We're talking about Pastor Olumide.
I just got back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I see that you're rushing.
Because
Pastor had an adulterous of fornication, because one of the parties was married with somebody for 9 years, and he now say no, they're not the Caliban and Tinkan of the kind of person I want to marry. He now go and marry good girl, according to him, according to she too. But he left this lady, you know, and he moved on. Now the lady is putting ring light with Daddy Freeze, putting ring light with what's his name, the other man, and they're all shouting,
sending noodles,
you know. And she says that he even, pastor, even abused her privacy by releasing some of their other room something. Is it in the nature of a pastor that we should be hearing this kind of idiocy? Yeah?
Okay, so number one, so let me say this. There are some things I cannot say because I'm just getting to know about many of these things.
Okay.
So I can't really say much. Number one, because I know the pastor, and there are a few things that even me, I'm still trying to get answers to. So based on that, I may not be able to say some things. I just got back just yesterday. So no, it's true, because I got the message. I think who sent it to me? One of my guys. We know that we have seen you and this pastor before. Look at this, what this person is saying, you know. And immediately I saw it, I forwarded it to him immediately. And I said, man of God, which one is this one I am saying? And he said he would get back to me to explain. And he did. And called and said, this. When he explained, I said, well, I'm not even in the country. Everything you are explaining, whatever it is, sort yourself out. This is messy, and it is not what we do as pastors.
Okay.
Things like this should not even be mentioned with a man of God.
Yeah. Okay.
But me now, why I say I cannot say anything is because I spoke with him 2 a.m. Canadian time, which is Tuesday Nigerian time.
Okay.
Listen very well, oh. I don't know if Maxwell is here. Maxwell, listen very well to the man you are defending. Oh. Listen very well, oh. He spoke with Chris OKAFOR. Listen very, very well. This is the point where I'm going to. Listen very, very well. Call your neighbors. Come and listen and know the kind of person Chris OKAFOR is. This is a man of God that also knew him and believed that he's also a pastor. They spoke. Listen to him very, very well. Pay attention to this. Let me take it back a little bit. Hear this story very, very well.
Now, why I say I cannot say anything is because I spoke with him 2 a.m. Canadian time, which is Tuesday Nigerian time.
Okay.
But I'm just hearing yesterday now that he's married.
Yes.
Oh, you are not.
Okay, you are not aware.
I'm not even aware there is a wedding now. So
we don't see pictures now.
So now, and that he got married on the same Tuesday when I was talking. So I'm like, my brother. So I just sent a message to him this morning. That, my brother, is it true that you are married? Because that means the morning you are talking to me in Canada, you were getting married the same day, and you could not even tell me, now today be wedding,
No, maybe because of the
So
rush.
based on that, I don't have what to say because I really don't know all the details. So because I was
hearing that, because he knows that this man, what they do is they affiliate themselves with other men that have integrity. So that when you see them with these men of integrity, you will think that they are like-minded, but they are not. This man have some sort of integrity. He knows. So he could not even tell the man that he was getting married because he knew the messy situation around that shameful marriage that he was about to do. He knows. So this man spoke with him on that day. He did not even tell him, I am getting married today, because you know the mess he has committed himself into. He could not even tell the man. And now, that's not the worst of it. And then what another thing that shocked the man is that the man that was wedding them, another character altogether. Though he didn't mention the name of the man, I got to find out that the name of the man that wedded them was Matthew Ashimolowo Disaster. I will bring another video again about that. Now, let's go. Listen to this man. Listen to this pastor. Very, very important. It's getting very interesting. Listen.
See pictures now.
So now, and that he got married on the same Tuesday when I was talking. So I'm like, my brother. So I just sent a message to him this morning. That, my brother, is it true that you are married? Because that means the morning you are talking to me in Canada, you were getting married the same day, and you could not even tell me, now today be wedding,
No, maybe because of the
so
rush.
based on that, I don't have what to say because I really don't know all the details. So because I'll give you the benefit of explaining to me, because I thought that, okay, even if we are not friend, at least we know each other. If we invite me, make I say I know day. So that one is there. So, but what I will tell you is this: please let us understand this. We have lost our values in this country, and whether you are a man of God or a boy of God or a girl of God, what is wrong is wrong. The Bible says, "By their fruit we shall know them." You don't call somebody a man of God. And when I was growing up, one of the scriptures I saw that was like a shocker to my brain was in the Old Testament when the prophet was coming to a house consistently, and the wife.
I was going through a tough time. I felt so alone. It was my church community that was there to see me through it and turn me to God.
Wife went to the husband and said to the husband, a man of God. And when I was growing up, one of the scriptures I saw that was like a shocker to my brain was in the Old Testament when the prophet was coming to a house consistently. And the wife went to the husband and said to the husband that this man that comes to our house regularly, I perceive that he is a holy man of God. Let us create a special chalet for him. So I was confused. I said, how can you call a man of God holy man of God? Is he not supposed to be holy already? So that means the woman must have had an encounter with unholy men of God for her to say that. So at that point I realized that, okay, and by virtue of what we have seen all sorts. So separating the person and the situation now from what I'm helping you to understand. If you are a woman and a man, not a woman of God, says they want to marry you, and the man is now telling you that let us be sleeping before marriage to the level of abortion, both you and the man, you are foolish, you are stupid, you are evil, you are not normal people. As far as I'm concerned. So it has not, because how can you just be simple? That's how you devalue yourself. When the man has now used you finish, you now say you are not good enough, you are now crying. Both you and the man, you have problem, you need deliverance.
Okay, Dr. Lumide, so I understand we're going to,
it's messy.
We're going to put the names aside. We're not going to discuss those names. But we're going to discuss scenarios like this have happened in the past. And we just want to understand it so that we can learn from it and also our viewers can learn from it. First of all, I have a bit of a confusion recently, is that we say on one hand that men of God are supposed to act a certain way, their character is supposed to show a certain way. And yet, when there have been allegations like this, even in the past, we say, but they are men. Men, emphasis on the men of God, not God-like. What is the real thing? Should we have expectations of these men of God to be a certain way, or we should just take the message without expecting godliness?
Let us be realistic. A man of God is a man. So it doesn't mean he's no more a man. He's a man that has now submitted himself to God, and God is now using him to fulfill an assignment on earth. Once you have submitted yourself to God and to the ways of God, there are now some things that are expected of you. To whom much is given, much is now required. It therefore means that because you are now a man of God, because you have now been given a responsibility, there are some things that should not be named with you, and there are some things you should not get yourself involved in. And if for any reason you now realize that I have weakness in this area, I have weakness in this area, you need to step aside
from the
pulpit and go and seek help, so that you can be free from whatever is the trouble that is troubling you. Because whether you like it or not, as you stand there, you are a role model. And that's the problem we have. We don't have too many role models in our world today. And that's why the world is becoming depraved over and over again. And for people like me, it's paining me. Paining me because this morning alone I've gotten like 3 calls. It's paining me, number 1, because I know him one-on-one. It's paining me, number 2, because I'm like, if to say we know, you know, number 2.
If you're hearing these words, it's not a coincidence. Something powerful is moving.
The pastor that did the wedding is paining me, number 1, because I know him one-on-one. It's paining me, number 2, because I'm like, if to say we know, you know, number 2. The pastor that did the wedding is my pastor. I am the one that went to introduce him to my pastor. When he said, oh, he needs a mentor, he wants to be good. So I carried him to my own pastor. So my pastor said, and we sat down. And I told him, my brother, this is my pastor. We don't do evil in our lineage. So this. So now my pastor has gone to do wedding, because that's what I just...
Are you following? Are you following? So the pastor that did the wedding is the pastor of this man. Matthew Ashimolowo is the pastor of this man. So you can see the shameless people. Matthew Ashimolowo is the one that did that wedding. And it is this man that carried this criminal Chris OKAFOR and introduced to Matthew Ashimolowo. Now Matthew Ashimolowo, seeing all the stories surrounding this Chris OKAFOR, came and did wedding. Only God knows how much he paid Chris Ashimolowo, because Ashimolowo is another criminal person. A man that loves money so much. That one, he says miracle. Have you not seen the videos? It's everywhere now. Just go on YouTube or Facebook. Ashimolowo selling miracle. He sells miracle for $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, $500. Those that have your money, your grade of miracle. So only God knows how much Chris OKAFOR must have paid him to come and conduct that ungodly, unbelievable wedding. I'm not telling you that. Look, if Chris OKAFOR wants to be a traditional man like Vam, it can be. But when you say you are a pastor in a Christian church, it's not allowed. It's not allowed. You cannot be messing up with women and then give this one belly, give that one belly. Leave pulpit, go and become a polygamist. And then we will know. Yes, I am not against anybody who want give women belly. Any amount of woman where you want to give belly. But say you they call yourself pastor, preacher of Christianity. They don't believe in it, in their system. Except if you now have changed your own system in your own category, you will let everybody know that your own is to be giving all the gear whether your church belly. And then you can marry anyone you want. You will show it. And not even taking advantage of them. And some of them, you force them to abort. Like Sunday Adelaja, that slept with over 35 members of his church. 35 members. At a point, he even slept with a mother and daughter, a pastor. Sunday Adelaja. Yeah? So that's why this man is confused. I am the one that introduced him to my pastor. I am even shocked. Yeah? So let's listen to it so that you finish. I'll bring other videos to you.
I'm like, if to say we know, you know, number 2, the pastor that did the wedding is my pastor. I am the one that went to introduce him to my pastor. When he said, oh, he needs a mentor, he wants to be good. So I carried him to my own pastor. So my pastor said, and we sat down. And I told him, my brother, this is my pastor. We don't do evil in our lineage. So this. So now my pastor has gone to do wedding because that's what I just saw this morning. Somebody insulted me. I said, wait till my pastor do wedding. They insult him. They now said that he went to do wedding. I said, which wedding? And I said, this guy don't marry. Just this morning.
Okay. Well,
so I'm paid. Because now I don't even know how to now go and meet my pastor and say, my pastor, sorry, whatever. It's messy. So it's not something I want to.
Okay,
it's just crazy.
Okay, so what I wanted to say is that I think our expectations is a lot, and we're judgmental people. We like to judge based on certain things. Look now, we have not even really heard from him. We have already said it, and not every man of God is man of God. There are some people that will use that status just to get things that they want to get.
So anyway, there are other videos. Let's leave this one. Let me show you, the proof that it was Matthew Ashimolowo that did that wedding, and then I will come and bring you some of the things that Maxwell have put himself into. Oh God have this. The wahala that Maxwell have put himself into. I will show you now. What happened? Okay, I have to click it. Please let me know if the audio has any problem.
A man can divorce his wife, leave her with 4 children. His story of how he's fornicating everywhere is everywhere. But somebody who is a father of the faith will come and do his wedding. And somebody who we claim has grown, that is a shepherd over sheep, is dancing in his wedding to the sounds of Babylon. We need to ask him, what water pioneered this tree?
Look at it. This man that is talking, his name is Reverend Kesiena Esiri, calls out Matthew Ashimolowo for marrying Pastor Chris OKAFOR and his wife. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let me play it from the top.
A man can divorce his wife, leave her with 4 children. His story of how he's fornicating everywhere is everywhere. But somebody who is a father of the faith will come and do his wedding. And
some of them consider Ashimolowo father of faith. That's how depraved Christianity is in Nigeria. They consider Matthew Ashimolowo as father of faith. I'm sorry.
Who we claim has grown, that is a shepherd over sheep, is dancing in his wedding to the sounds of Babylon. We need to ask him, what water pioneered this tree? How did you become a fruit-bearing tree that men are now even standing in your shade, and yet the source of that water that grew you is not the throne of the Lamb and of the living? You see, brethren, God is not obsessed with how many years you have been in church. God does not care that you have attendance in church. We need to ask you, what kind of life is powering your existence?
What kind of life is powering your existence? Okay, now let me bring you the first one from Very Dark Man. The first video from Very Dark Man, and then I'll bring that so many videos. The first one from Very Dark Man, then there's another one also. First and foremost, let's take this first one.
Also,
let's take this first one.
All right, so the news says lawyer warns Very Dark Man and it calls for a DNA test. As you can see, Barrister Maxwell, the counsel to Dr. Chris OKAFOR, the senior pastor of Mountain of Liberation and Miracle Ministries, also known as Grace Nation Liberation City, has warned.
See, it hurt my feelings so much. Say that they call Maxwell Okpara for Chris OKAFOR matter. That is that Maxwell Okpara is now on the side of Chris OKAFOR, a very notorious dingbat, a very notorious charlatan. Maxwell Okpara, they are calling your name alongside that of Chris OKAFOR. Hey,
all right, so the news says lawyer warns Very Dark Man and it calls for a DNA test. As you can see, Barrister Maxwell, the counsel to Dr. Chris OKAFOR, the senior pastor of Mountain of Liberation and Miracle Ministries, also known as Grace Nation Liberation City, has warned self-acclaimed activists. I've told you people I'm not an activist. Don't ever refer to me as an activist. I hate it so much. as one self-acclaimed activist, Martin Vincent Ote, popularly known as Very Dark Man, and one young lady who introduced herself as Miss Chi, to immediately desist from the ongoing cyber attacks, bullying, harassment, stalking, and criminal defamation of his client, OKAFOR. Speaking at a press conference which held at the NUJ Center in Owerri, capital of Imo State today, Dr. Okpara demanded an immediate retraction of all false, malicious, defamatory, and misleading statements. You call what I post false? Really? Really? I'm coming. Hold on. False, malicious, defamatory, misleading statement published online or Maxwell concerning OKAFOR. Wow. He further asked for an apology in 2 national dailies, insisting that a copy of the apology be sent to the appropriate authorities. He equally demanded the cessation and desistance from further presenting or implying any familiar relationship with OKAFOR, and a challenge to the imposter to submit herself and her sibling for DNA test. Oh, the pastor is claiming that we never talk about siblings. I just talk about 2 yet. But anyways, okay, for DNA test. So he wants to claim that they are not his kids. I love where this thing is going. I really love it. Now we could go enjoy where. And a challenge to the imposter to submit herself and her sibling for DNA test at a mutually agreed and reputable health facility in the absence of the earlier DNA certificates allegedly in her possession. So they are trying to say the birth certificate that was posted with Mr. OKAFOR as the father is not valid, he's not the father. Oh God, man, I will enjoy this so much. Dr. Okpara also wants the removal of all contents that falsely associate Okpara with claims of paternity or abandonment. Nobody talks about abandonment. We've not got into that part yet, and we've already done the talk out. So you know saying abandon somebody. I told you you will enjoy it. Dr. Okpara also wants the removal of content that falsely associates with claims of paternity abandonment. The council warned that the failure to comply with this demand will leave his client with no option but to pursue all available legal remedies to protect his reputation, integrity, and ministry. First of all, let me tell you something. That pastor has no integrity. He has no integrity. What is the other English here again? Integrity and reputation. Before I post anything further, ask him if he has ever met Very Dark Man before. And ask him where he met Very Dark Man. See, before this case though, ask him where he met Very Dark Man before. Then when he tells you, you can come back to me. Secondly, Barrister Maxwell, I'm very, very disappointed in you. I am so disappointed in you. You know, it pains me to see that it is you that is going to represent this man and his counsel. We have met before. We don't share a brain before. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I really fight for him. You can't be fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was being oppressed by the Nigerian government to fight for people that oppress people.
This is the point I am making. This is the point where Maxwell Okpara, if you go ahead with this case now, representing Chris OKAFOR, I will spit on your face anywhere I come. That's me, oh, vam, vam, vam. I'll praise you when you are well, doing well, ruthless, and forthwith, strong. I will spit on your face regardless when I see you misbehave. Listen to what Very Dark Man said. He said disappointed in you. You cannot be fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man that is being oppressed by Nigeria. You can see that even Very Dark Man himself is here telling you that, yes, he knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being oppressed by Nigerian government. You are defending him, and yet want to defend the Chris OKAFOR, who is oppressing people. I'm going to repeat that place again so that you people understand why I am angry and why I'm making this impersonal, because it involves Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maxwell, you are bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into the picture because anybody that will see you representing this man, they'll be looking at you and say, now be this person they represent Nnamdi Kanu. How can you be representing this ungodly man that calls himself a pastor? Maxwell, That is it. I don't want to give you time limit, but I just want to hear that, dude, this thing, you are no longer involved. Let Chris OKAFOR look for another ungodly Nigerian lawyer. Let Chris OKAFOR look for another ungodly Nigerian lawyer, especially a lawyer that is not an Igbo man, because he, as useless as he is, has said that Igbo people are useless. So Chris OKAFOR, go and look for a Yoruba lawyer. Buffoon, you bombastic element. Go and look for a Yoruba lawyer. Idiot like you.
We don't share a brain before. In the case of Mazi, that is going to represent you. I am so Secondly, Barrister Maxwell, I'm very, very disappointed in you. I am so disappointed in you. You know, it pains me to see that it is you that is going to represent this man and his counsel. We have met before. We don't share a brain before. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are you the fight for it? You can't be fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was being oppressed by the Nigerian government to fight for people that oppress people, you know. But it's fine. It's fine. Expect the next post, and I want to see people pursue legal, whatever you call it. Nobody give a fuck about what you want to do. Who cares? Let's go to court. It's my business. We'll post it. And when they come, he wants to do DNA test for his daughters. They are ready. They are ready. They are very, very ready. But you know what the problem is now? You see that one that called herself Mrs. Chi? They don't need DNA for that one. That one is a walking DNA. It's walking DNA. That's a live walking DNA. If you, Master Lokpara, sees her, you will call her Pastor Chris's because she's a girl. Pastor Chris's. Oh God, you all will definitely learn on this case, and you all will learn the hard way. Peace and love. Don't play.
Sorry, I had a call, and did you people hear that? It's a big disappointment. There are many other videos. Now, after this one, Very Dark Man have done another video. Very Dark Man have done another.
All right, so the news is.
Hold on, sir. Very Dark Man have done another release. Oh my God. Where is that Very Dark Man on? Oh, okay. Mamma mia, this one. This one I go hear. Let's see. Where do I start from? Okay, let's start from. Let's play from here.
Around.
Hold on, guys. Carry your bottle of Coke or Fanta, and let's listen to this. This is getting interesting. Now, the girl in question have spoken her full confession. The daughter of Chris OKAFOR. Now listen, Maxwell. I don't know what you are putting yourself into.
My name is Precious Chidera OKAFOR, the daughter of Prophet Dr. Chris OKAFOR. I used to live with him years ago, and I left around 2020. Yes, I left around 2020 because things were about to get out of hand. While I was living in the house, amongst all my siblings, I'm the only one from my mother, while the four of them are from a different mom. While I was living in the house, I used to get treated unfairly. Like, it was very, very visible, and even the workers in the house could see it. And one evening, he called me to his room that he wanted to speak to me. And after I went in, he was, standing behind the door, and then he locked the door and he said I should sit down, and I sat on his bed and he started speaking to me. He started telling me that he knows that I always feel bad because of how he treats me differently from my siblings, but he's only doing that because he loves me and he wishes that fathers could marry their daughters, that he would have gotten married to me. And that was when he started to touch me all over my body. And in that moment, I was sitting very still and frozen because I could not really understand what was going on. And that was how we continued. On different occasions, he would call me. Like, another time he called me And then he locked the door again, and then he started trying to kiss me all over on my lips and all over my body. And it felt like I was quiet for a long time, because for me, as at that time, I was somebody that was so desperately seeking the validation of my father. I was alone in the house. I didn't have any, like, siblings of my own. So the fact that he was, talking to me, at least, like, for me, all I was thinking about at that time was, okay, if this is going to at least make my dad talk to me, if this is going to make him treat me equally and fairly, then okay. And there was a day I had a terrible dream, and as a man of God that he is, I went to meet him so we would pray together. And that was the night that he almost penetrated me, but it didn't happen. I think he saw how scared I was and how I was sweaty and shaky on the bed, so he said I could leave, and I left. And that was when I was able to use a teacher's phone in school, and I decided to tell my mom about all that was going on. Then the next week or a few days after, she came to get me from the house, and that was how I left.
How old were
And
you then?
I was about 14, 15 years old at that time.
Wow. So when you told your mom, what did she do about it?
She cried so much, and she was serving at that time. She was I think she was in the northern state, so she had to come back, like she had to calm down. And mind you, I don't know if I should put this out there, but he also forcefully had his way with my mom when she was 15. That was how she was pregnant. That
You
was how
raped,
she got pregnant.
you raped your mom?
Yes.
You were born out of
Yes.
rape?
Yes, out of wedlock, yes.
Wow.
When she was just 15. She used to attend this church, and she was in the choir. So that was how he knew her, and that was how he raped her.
So who pays your school fees? Like, who pays your school fees, saw you through school?
Presently, everything has been my mom. Since I left his house, I haven't spoken to him. He hasn't reached out. He tried to reach out once. He called me one evening, but he wasn't saying anything. Basically, he was sounding so prideful and asking me why I also did not reach out to him, that the phone works both ways. And the conversation did not lead anywhere. It was just that one call in the whole of 5 years, and that happened in the beginning of this year. That was when he tried to call me.
Does your mom try to go to him and take money from him for your upkeep or for your school fees?
Never. The only time she did that was when I was still with her, before I fully moved in into my father's house. When I was with her, and she would go to meet him, that, oh, she wants to pay my school fees, she wants to do this for me. And she opened up to me last year that that the reason why she's so bitter towards my father is because he treated her like an object. Like, all the times that she would come to the house to come and ask for school fees or ask for anything, he would try to have his way with her. Other times, I don't know. I don't want to say what I'm not sure of. I don't know if she agrees, because she never said that, but she told me every single time she would go to try and get my school fees, he's always trying to have his way with her, and he's always forceful about it.
So anytime she goes to ask him for your upkeep, he tries to sleep with her, and sometimes he tries to even rape her.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
And while living in the house, countless times, even as a child, I did not really understand it. But growing up, I saw how that rejection made me feel. There are countless times he would take I and my sister Marachi to go and run DNA tests. And even if he runs the test and he sees that we are his children, he still tells people and just like says it that we are not his children for some reason. And I don't really know what his reason is. Tells everybody that, I'm not his child.
Wow. How old are you now?
I'm 20.
Okay. Anyways, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch,
All right.
okay?
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Now, Barrister Maxwell, if you listen to this call that I had with this girl, now this call was on the 22nd of December at around 7:05 p.m. was when we had this call.
Now, listen to it properly. What you are trying to use as a defense and as a damage control, the DNA test, that these are not his.
Now, take note that this is not an emergency call that Very Dark Man made because Maxwell came out. This is a call that Very Dark Man have already had with this lady on the 22nd of December. On the 22nd of December. So it's not an urgent call for damage control. No. Now, this is a girl that have lived with Chris OKAFOR as a daughter. And there was a DNA that proves that. Except if it was a manipulated DNA. But Chris OKAFOR kept telling people that you are not married daughter, but they were living together as his daughter in the house. And he was making advances on this same girl. Barrister Maxwell, if you no run for this matter, I bet you with my 10 fingers and my 10 toes, you will regret it. And everything will turn against you. I know you are a good man that I have been praising about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me tell you, there's always a way for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So for you to keep that your integrity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, do not allow Chris OKAFOR to rub the dirty shit on him. Because Chris OKAFOR is a smelling shit. Do not allow him to rub that dirty shit on you. As far as I'm concerned, Chris OKAFOR is irredeemable. He's a monster, evil man. Evil man. The farther you run away from him, the better for you. Except maybe you want to distance yourself from the work of integrity that we are doing in Biafra movement. Okay? So let me allow Very Dark Man.
If you listen to this call that I had with this girl, now this call was on the 22nd of December at around 7:05 p.m. was when we had this call. Now listen to it properly. What you are trying to use as a defense and as a damage control, the DNA test, that these are not his kids, he has been using it since against these kids. They have gone to do several DNA tests and he's their father, right? Now, I will ask you a question. Whether or not he's their father or not, let's leave that by the way. But how are you a pastor and a 14-year-old girl who is meant to be your daughter, whether not your daughter or not, but as a father, as an uncle, or whatever thing you be, or as a guardian, you carry her into your room, and then you say you wish that father can marry daughters, and you start kissing and touching her. Not just that, you almost penetrated the 14-year-old according to her testimony. And as a pastor, and in the defense, you are saying that she's not your daughter. Let's say she's not your daughter. First of all, it's an abomination, 14-year-old child, as a pastor and a man of God that you call yourself, and you climb on the altar. Now, you see, you have finally put yourself in the box, right? Your kids are available. You understand? Your kids are available. This case will be a very big case for the country, and people will learn. People will learn a lot. How these men of God take advantage of the vulnerable people, manipulate them, use them anyhow they like, you know. But your own, you had no limits. Now you say they are not your kids. It's going to be a public case. So Barrister Maxwell, be prepared. These keys will be made available. Do you understand? They'll be made available. Heavy security. It's going to be a public case. They'll use a public hospital. Cameras everywhere. The DNA test will be conducted on all of them. Your wife might be present. Do you understand? The mother of the kids is still very much alive. This one that made this confession now, do you understand? It's the other ones, the one where we say you do before. According to her, she said the mother even told her that you do forceful entry on the mama when she did 15 years old. And you won't do the same thing to the daughter when she did 14 years old. May God forgive all of you. But then again, the DNA test will be done. Since that's what you want to use as a defense and as a damage control. You all will learn. You all will learn the hard way. Don't play.
Maxwell, you are in for a very big mess up if you don't distance yourself. A very big mess up. Big mess up. I want to play this video again. I want to play it again so that it will be on record that I played it twice. To remind you, if you don't stay away from Chris OKAFOR, I bet you will regret it. Chris OKAFOR will destroy you. It will ruin your career. It will tarnish your integrity. It will destroy your personality. They come from Nigeria and they call it that they are pastors. Run, 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 run. The person come from Nigeria and they tell he's a pastor. Run, oh!
My name is Precious Chidera OKAFOR, the daughter of Prophet Dr. Chris OKAFOR. I used to live with him years ago and I left around 2020. Yes, I left around 2020 because things were about to get out of hand. While I was living in the house, amongst all my siblings, I'm the only one from my mother, while the four of them are from a different mom. While I was living in the house, I used to get treated unfairly. Like, it was very, very visible, and even the workers in the house could see it. And one evening, he called me to his room that he wanted to speak to me. And after I went in, he was, standing behind the door, and then he locked the door and he said I should sit down. And I sat on his bed and he started speaking to me. He started telling me that he knows that I always feel bad because of how he treats me differently from my siblings. But he's only doing that because he loves me. And he wishes that fathers could marry their daughters, that he would have gotten married to me. And that was when he started to touch me all over my body. And in that moment, I was sitting very still and frozen because I could not really understand what was going on. And that was how we continued.
Did you hear that? He wishes that fathers could marry their daughter. Hey! Chris OKAFOR, a little girl that grow under your... Open the door if you want to come in. A little girl that grow under your care. A little girl that will be calling you daddy, daddy, daddy. As you messed up the mother, as you devalue the mother and impregnated the mother, you want to devalue the girl, even if the girl not be your biological daughter. People that they call and say, look at you people now, you call them daddy, daddy, daddy. That's a man. So that's to say, so you can treat someone else anyhow, because the person is not your biological. And Maxwell, you are shamelessly open your mouth to say he's not even the biological daughter. Shame on you, Maxwell, for the first time, for saying that. That's not a biological daughter. Shame on you for saying that. How dare you say he's not a biological daughter? So what? So what? You know, the biological daughter. Then we can go on destroying life. Anybody that is calling you daddy, should be your daughter. Should be your son. If you have humanity in you, the way you take your own child, especially that you call yourself a man of God, the way you treat your own child, that is the way you must treat that baby. That's the way you must treat that baby. If you do not have that kind of mindset, then you are worse than the devil. Who is talking about biological here? So that means all the people calling you daddy, next time you come and tell them call you daddy, God will punish you because you are not daddy anything. They call you daddy, 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 papa, 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 and you're opening your gutter to say you want DNA because it's not your biological daughter. We are not even denying that you didn't do it. Oh, they say it's not your biological daughter. That means because it's not your biological daughter, you are free to oppose her. You are free to oppose the girl, huh? Hey, oh God. That is it. If we see the best on people, that's what I'm working. I don't see the thing that will make your penis to stand up on a girl that regard you as a father. Even if it's not your biological. You say you want DNA. And Maxwell, you are going with it. You want to defend such a man. That means the regard I have for you doesn't work anymore. Very evil people. That's why when I see some people, they are posting, very dark man, very dark man. It is because you people are evil. You are bad. That's why. Some of them, you see them, whenever a very dark man posts something, they just hate it, start hating on him. Very dark man, very dark man. The same way they hated Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If you ask them now, what has Nnamdi Kanu done to you? They don't have anything, no. What has very dark man done to you? Nothing, nothing. And that guy is too arrogant. He talk anyhow. What did he do? What did he do you? Can you point out one thing that person did to you? You see me, my integrity does not have race. As far as you are a man of integrity, I will route for you. And the thing is that I believe people too much because I just want to believe that people have the same kind of mindset that I have. I don't see the reason why somebody will have a crooked mind, a mind of evil, a mind of destroying others, a mind of pulling people down, a mind of tarnishing somebody's image for no reason. For no reason. No. People have that mind. That person, you know that person is a very good man. He's an honest man. He do the talk. He talk too much. Everything they put in mouth. Hey, that man. Martin will say, hey, that man. You come and you carry the case of a demon to fight an honest man, a man of integrity. You disgrace yourself. You become so worthless. If they put you for market, nobody will prize you. Stay away from Chris OKAFOR. Let's listen to this thing. Let's listen to it again.
That's because he loves me and he wishes that fathers could marry their daughters, that he would have gotten married to me. And that was when he started to touch me all over my body. And in that moment, I was sitting very still and frozen because I could not really understand what was going on. And that was how we continued. On different occasions, he would call me. Like another time, he called me. And then he locked the door again, and then he started trying to kiss me all over on my lips and all over my body. And it felt like I was quiet for a long time because for me, as at that time, I was somebody that was so desperately seeking the validation of my father. I was alone in the house. I didn't have any siblings of my own. So the fact that he was, talking to me, at least like for me, all I was thinking about at that time was, okay, if this is going to at least make my dad talk to me, if this is going to make him treat me equally and fairly, then okay. And there was a day I had a terrible dream. And as a man of God that he is, I went to meet him. So we would pray together. And that was the night that he almost penetrated me, but it didn't happen. I think he saw how scared I was and how I was sweaty and shaky on the bed. So he said I could leave, and I left. And that was when I was able to use a teacher's phone in school, and I decided to tell my mom about all that was going on. Then the next week or a few days after, she came to get me from the house. And that was how I left.
How old were you then?
I was about 14, 15 years old at that time.
Wow. So when you told your mom, what did she do about it?
She cried so much, and she was serving at that time. She was I think she was in the northern state, so she had to come back, like she had to calm down. And mind you, I don't know if I should put this out there, but he also forcefully had his way with my mom when she was 15. That was how she was pregnant. That was how she got pregnant.
You raped your mom? You were born out of rape?
Yes, out of wedlock, yes.
Wow.
When she was just 15, she used to attend this church and she was in the choir. So that was how he knew her, and that was how he raped her.
So who pays your school fees? Like, who pays your school fees, saw you through school?
Presently, everything has been my mom. Since I left his house, I haven't spoken to him. He hasn't reached out. He tried to reach out once. He called me one evening, but he wasn't saying anything. Basically, he was sounding so prideful and asking me why I also did not reach out to him, that the phone works both ways. And the conversation did not lead anywhere. It was just that one call in the whole of 5 years, and that happened in the beginning of this year. That was when he tried to call me.
Does your mom try to go to him and take money from him for your upkeep or for your school fees?
Never. The only time she did that was when I was still with her, before I fully moved into my father's house. When I was with her, and she would go to meet him that, she wants to pay my school fees. She wants to do this for me. And she opened up to me last year that that the reason why she's so bitter towards my father is because he treated her like an object. Like all the times that she would come to the house to come and ask for school fees or ask for anything, he would try to have his way with her. Other times, I don't know. I don't want to say what I'm not sure of. I don't know if she agrees because she never said that, but she told me every single time she would go to try and get my school fees, he's always trying to have his way with her, and he's always forceful about it.
So anytime she goes to ask him for your upkeep, he tries to sleep with her, and sometimes he tries to even rape her.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
And while living in the house, countless times, even as a child, I did not really understand it. But growing up, I saw how that rejection made me feel. There are countless times he would take I and my sister Marachi to go and run DNA tests. And even if he runs the test and he sees that we are his children, he still tells people and just like says it that we are not his children for some reason. And I don't really know what his reason is. Tells everybody that, I'm not his child.
Wow. How old are you now?
I'm 20.
Okay. Anyways, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch,
All right.
okay?
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Now, Barrister Maxwell, if you listen to this call that I had with this girl, now this call was on the 22nd of December at around 7:05 p.m. was when we had this call. Now, listen to it properly. What you are trying to use as a defense and as a damage control, the DNA test, that these are not his kids, he has been using it since against these kids. They have gone to do several DNA tests and he's their father, right? Now, I will ask you a question. Whether or not he's their father or not, let's leave that by the way. But how are you a pastor and a 14-year-old girl who is meant to be your daughter, whether not your daughter or not, but as a father, as an uncle, or whatever thing you be, or as a guardian, you carry her into your room, and then you say you wish that father can marry daughters, and you start kissing and touching her. Not just that, you almost penetrated the 14-year-old according to her testimony. And as a pastor, and in the defense, you are saying that she's not your daughter. Let's say she's not your daughter. First of all, it's an abomination, 14-year-old child, as a pastor and a man of God that you call yourself, and you climb on the altar. Now, you see, you have finally put yourself in the box, right? Your kids are available. You understand? Your kids are available. This case will be a very big case for the country, and people will learn. People will learn a lot. How these men of God take advantage of the vulnerable people, manipulate them, use them anyhow they like, But your own, you had no limits. Now you say they are not your case. It's going to be a public case. So Barrister Maxwell, be prepared. These keys will be made available. Do you understand? They'll be made available. Heavy security. It's going to be a public case. They'll use a public hospital. Cameras everywhere. The DNA test will be conducted on all of them. Your wife might be present. Do you understand? The mother of the kids is still very much alive. This one that made this confession now, do you understand? It's the other ones, the one where we say you do before. According to her, she said the mother even told her that you do forceful entry on the mama when she did 15 years old. And you won't do the same thing to the daughter when she did 14 years old. May God forgive all of you. But then again, the DNA test will be done. Since that's what you want to use as a defense and as a damage control. You all will learn. You all will learn the hard way. Don't play. Okay? There's no better way to say it. I don't even need to overflog it. I don't need to overflog it. Just for you to see how depraved we are. When we say there are a few good men, some of the good ones, I don't even know what to call them anymore. Believe me.
My name is Precious.
I don't even know what to call them anymore. It's just unbelievable. Let me see what this one is. Yes, something here. Let me see.
OKAFOR, the daughter of. My name is Precious.
Okay, no, okay. This is our first one that was half. Half. You see, go and ask this one now. See Malami. Malami is crying. They say Malami is crying. I saw a post from Ross. But not even only from Ross, from he's already making the rounds on the social media that Malami is crying that they are not fair on him. This is unbelievable. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me show you guys something from Malami. Malami has cried out to international communities, asking them to come for his aid, saying after court granted him bail, EFCC refused to obey court order. Not only obey court order, he must first stay of execution. You remember when this bastard was calling for stay of execution, as he did to Mazin Namdekan? What goes around comes around. This bastard man, when Namdekan was free, the shameless man put a stay of execution on Mazin Namdekan's case. The court never obeyed order. Look at what Malami did. We will keep Nnamdi Kanu in custody despite appeal court ruling. AGF Malami. Despite appeal court ruling, they kept Mazin Nnamdi Kanu in custody. You know, I don't know. Keep having this call. So you see Malami? You see Malami? Oh, look at him. Why I ignored court order on Dasuki Zazaki? This bastard kept ignoring court orders. Now he's crying that court order is not being obeyed on him. Osima Sento. Malami. Nigeria, you all will learn. And you all will learn in a hard way. In a very, very hard way. You will all learn. All of you. All of you. Let me see if there are other updates I need to bring to us. Because these things are just... oh, no. Yeah. Let me see if there are other updates. I hope people are aware that they are burning... They put fire on Afian Dibo in Lagos. They are burning Igbo people market in Lagos again. Oh. People are seeing it. Look at that fire there. While they were in they have gone to the village for their celebration. They are burning their market in Lagos. In Lagos. Oh, the other updates other updates are those other things. You see this one enter. Make I play this one.
25.
Make I play this one. If there's anybody that wants to come in, let me put link. There are a few people listening. Let me put link. Are there people that want us to engage? It will be nice. Christmas engagement. I will be fine. I will be here to have you all. Let's see. Yeah, the link is there. So if anybody want to engage us, if anybody want to say something, or you want to talk to Maxwell, you can come in, or you have something to say, you can readily come in, please. You can readily come in, please. So let's do this together. Let me tell Maxwell. Okay. This one. Let me see this pastor. It's like there's this pastor that is already speaking about Chris OKAFOR. Let me see if it is something I will bring for us. Okay, I have played it. Let me pin the link. Please make sure you are sharing this program so that we'll have people come in. The link is there already. Listen to this. UK, they are in trouble. UK is about to become Islamic State.
Guys, United Kingdom is about to become an Islamic country before the end of 2025. Now, the news says in the United Kingdom, approximately 5,200 people convert to Islam annually. Now, 60% to 75% of them are women. Yes, in the UK. And some will ask, why are they converting? You know, one thing about women, any faith or religion that gives them respect, right, and peace, they don't joke with it. And to the best of my knowledge, right, Islam is giving them everything they need in the UK. You can imagine 5,000.
Okay. Yeah, caller.
Ndewo,
Mazi fine. Adama.
I just tinye the TV na looking at Maxwell, Macalicari Home.
Na Maxwell, you can see no local.
Again, come.
Maxwell, na guy defend the Chris OKAFOR. Na court. And they sue very dark man. Na Chris OKAFOR, they sue very dark man. And Maxwell, a Brazilian lawyer Chris OKAFOR. See na. We need to watch this video from the beginning to see that the daughter of Chris OKAFOR come out to expose Chris OKAFOR. Full story of how Chris OKAFOR molest her, tried to sleep with her and everything. And then how Chris OKAFOR have even done DNA tests on them to show that they are children. And the man have always tried to molest them, you know, and Chris OKAFOR is now denying it and saying that a very dark man was lying, that very dark man should remove all those things from internet and apologize and all that. And Maxwell is the one defending Chris OKAFOR. Is really unbelievable.
It's true na Maxwell lawyer our leader, you know, when I check if a man or Maxwell will be lawyer this person. When man Maxwell will lawyer call and the case here and the Macon of police you know. Also, I want to today. Or somebody had been a court to defend here. And the brother of you need been a court to defend you, and you made that case. He did as a professional. Oh, no, for the over. Not defend the air. No,
get integrity. Maxwell Bonyam now for as a man of integrity. Now, Obro Nebro Nwachineke. Efo na somebody bo a very terrible person. As a lawyer that have integrity will never defend a criminal, no matter how much they pay you.
One of my lawyer I went commit a crime. I don't think I could tell him guilty of when they go this case, I'm not guilty. They go in the okay, Eman I ready to submit my sentence. Lawyer they may. Oh yeah, well.
I'm not but Maxwell Abago because video I get already also go now very dark man now say he said that they are lies. He said that those things that said yes, his video is there. I couldn't even listen to everything he was saying because I'm so disgusted. He's defending Chris OKAFOR by saying that those things were lies. That very dark man was saying. Yeah. No. I'm a Jew why you make anything like this. No. No.
No. You cannot do
No, I'm not interested. You know why I'm not interested? Because I know Chris OKAFOR, the things people have seen is even small about Chris OKAFOR. I think you know the God, I have been on Chris OKAFOR case for more than 8 years ago. I know the man now.
Many pastors lawyer and their own crime.
I'm not crime, but you see this man, you see this man with the evidence already out. Anybody, you say you are a lawyer, you accept his case to defend him. Shame on you.
Brother, the man here, Jenga, whether no Maxwell they defend here, whether no the whole attorney in Nigeria they defend here. Evidence in the bang. Oh, yeah, Jenga. Okay, so now Maxwell they defend here, or now that the whole judge.
No. Maxwell, listen. See, ask Noye from Madnana Gwezoku. The reason why I'm doing this, I'm not doing it because I'm angry with Maxwell. I want to hate him. I'm doing it to save him so that he will quickly leave this case. I will look for Maxwell numbers. I will look for his number and call him. I will look for his number and call him because Maxwell Bonyam like him so much. I didn't mean play. I like him so much. Except my maybe no. On one idea. I don't know why idea. And the truth is that if this man is a very dark man, that guy they tiaka nife like this. Obama Nezio Quadronia, or they push him like that. That's why you see that it is hard for anybody to win over him.
To fulfill all the righteousness in the court of you know,
to fulfill all the righteousness in court. We are talking about Nigeria. Nigeria is a very corrupt country. There's what we call miscarriage of justice in Nigeria.
Although it's true.
Do you understand? So no matter what, you might think Opus or them is going for the second turn or now. Okwa number 4, Kobo. Okay, all court in that license in Nigeria. And I was do you know where I am so tired of Nigeria and our people? I was even thinking that now hope of them man not gonna finish that first turn. That Nandibo, at least in the Imo State, get protest, block everywhere, reject but it never happened. The man apota. That's what I'm saying now. If so, let's say they promised them that he will give them 4,000 jobs and everything. Up to today, there's no evidence. And yet, let me tell you, in Imo State, there are over 10 million people. Let me just say approximately 88 million. If only 1 million Imo people, 1 million of them will come out and say they reject and they denounce Opus Odemma, and then there will be a lockdown on Imo State. Already, with the Obere water and Opus Odemma, they did not relocate to Abuja and make office here Abuja. Just check 1 million people put her. See now, they will lock down the whole of Imo State already. For 1 month.
They actually hope for the most on Imo State our men. Okay, from the Imo State now. They teach because I has to have some color. If the major protest and not book.
No, all because Nandemadu had the chance. And then had the chance. If you outnumber them, that the people are going to win that day will not be up to the people who go up till now. Because every day on a wounded mother. But if the people decided to outnumber Hope, 2 million Imo people come out and everywhere, the whole local government, everywhere lock down. Hope Uzodimma did not win election. We never voted for him. And lock everywhere down. That Supreme Court, we could free that Supreme Court. They will change their judgment. They will change it.
Mana onye ina ekwukita no wase be se 1 million okoma ya pụta we mee organize onye ya pụta be mee organize abani ha tọwa ka egbuwe okoma ya pụta je mee ndeli ni ku organize one person ye bide or 2 person pụta kucha yoru na bani hope so ni me ndi abia bugu na bani obia wipe your family out our guarantee me when they are chun dan nwa tuma handi si ani na amwe be happy ndi si ani my family ha amwe be ha no. What finding out then our people and we're life in Imo State before we know na I'm telling you the truth. If you take that meet now, what I meet now when I end up going up and have you ever your family. I can't hope who's on them man. So I want to need the effect in this year no one. So person the man use. Eko her family. Eko hambamba. Onye on feel depend. Onye on cool down.
Once and for all. Appear how once and for all. Pia once and for all.
Even said that Adodan. How her family. Hani name family. Akutu family hani name we guru mat na ko to na family ha. Ndo ni ne cool down. Ona ka am ebu ndebe ayi. Ndebe ayi na after the me protest. Wọ́n je gbe ko wọ́n je mma. O isi kete. Eh?
Oh. So that's
that's
why I'm telling you.
That's the only thing.
That's true.
That is the only thing you say, boy. Thank you.
My brother. So Maxwell need to make panya. Well, first of all, he's not supposed to take up anything that has to do with Chris OKAFOR, honestly. Because here now they'll be insulting him, then he will now, and already very dark man mentioned here, how can you that is defending Nnamdi Kanu? Play that place. How can you that is defending Nnamdi Kanu, a man that is being oppressed by Nigeria? You will see come out and say you want to defend another man that is oppressing people. Only that one alone, what is supposed to touch you and know that, look, before you take any case, a man go the case in Nnamdi Kanu is a different case altogether. You have to be very, very careful. You have to be careful. Man, because of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the movement of Biafra, about everything I am from on social media and our channel. So we like this my channel now. I don't do everything on this channel. Because this channel, I'm using it for the propagation of the gospel of the freedom of Biafran people. So that identity established at this particular platform. So on this same platform, I cannot be using it now and be using it to do another thing. That means what you now give yourself, the image you now bring to yourself. You have to maintain that particular line of integrity on here. And we have it on email that you specify, look, okay, this man consulted me as a lawyer. He consulted me. I am just representing him. Fine. Evidence is everywhere. Evidence is everywhere. Nana wow. Non to a lawyer nade. Nah, God forbid. One maga a lawyer. One maga a lawyer. Chineke nekwa. Ogeni. Look at how you go Jesus measure onwe na bro onye jamato ihe ojo. Let's listen to this update about the UK. In the UK, in the Alakobe take go over UK.
Guys, United Kingdom is about to become an Islamic country before the end of 2025. Now the news says in the United Kingdom, approximately 5,200 people convert to Islam annually. Now 60% to 75% of them are women. Yes, in the UK. And someone will ask, why are they converting? You know, one thing about women, any faith or religion that gives them respect, right, and peace, they don't joke with it. And to the best of my knowledge, right, Islam is giving them everything they need in the UK. You can imagine 5,200 people convert annually. Like annually. This one, I guess, you know, they feel pass. This is beautiful, right? This is beautiful. So get ready. Before the end of 2025, 2026, UK will become full Islamic country. Congratulations.
That's it to go. In the UK, no. That's it to go.
Guys,
that's it to go now.
You
that's it, Ella. Very dark man. Okay, I love this from Oyendu himself. Now, this from Oyendu himself. Let's listen to this.
This is a question Nand is asking. Why Britain leave EU?
Why did Britain leave the EU? Then I'm asking you, are they not Christians? Are they not Democrats? Why? Don't they believe in free trade and voting people in and voting them out? But then, why did Britain leave the EU? Why? The same Britain that left the EU is asking me not to leave Nigeria. Nigeria that is only 100 years old. Your grandfather was not a Nigerian. Was not. So why must you throw away the history of your family, the rich history of your people, because a white man called the place Nigeria? Why must you do that? Why? Can I go to England and name them and name them Albania and say all your history is now gone? We are doing our ancestors a disservice. And let me tell you why Black Africa cannot go forward. Some people, not you, some people accepted this nonsensical balkanization of Africa with their useless flag independence. And your ancestors are in the grave. Your ancestors that existed before the white man was born, they are in the grave. You jettison their history and their identity. You banish it, you denigrate it, you insult them by accepting this garbage called Nigeria, and you want them to be happy with you. That is why no Black African country can see development. No Black. You see South Africa. When whites were running South Africa, everything was good. Now Blacks took over. Look at what is happening. Because even the land of Africa itself is angry with us. We went to school for a reason. The reason why you go to school is to question certain things. And the question is this: why is it that you as an African, you're willing to kill, to die for something a white man created, when they cannot do the same thing for you? You see how they are not equal to us. You see why they are always better than us. And nobody can tell me with any ounce of conviction or justification the reason why Yoruba people should be in Togo, in Benin, and in Nigeria. Why can't they be in one country, same way that the English people are in one country in England? Or should I say in the UK? These are the things that we must ask ourselves.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Mazi Nantano.
All right. I think that's it. Prophecy is fulfilling. Yes. You see, the same Britain that left EU are fighting us. They don't want us to leave Nigeria and become Biafra. Now we rightfully are. That's why Chukwuka is punishing them now. Punishing them big time now. So they may have Vumnanya. Yeah, there's another message here. Let's listen to this message. Wow.
The British.
This is a very, very powerful message for you to know about how Britain have lost its integrity. America have given up on Britain. This particular video is very, very powerful video. America have given up on Britain. Now Britain is almost now the enemy of America. And America, they don't care. Britain have been planning on how to destroy Donald Trump, but now God will punish them. Listen to this video and make sure you share.
This is what it looks like when the British Empire loses control. Secretary of State Marco Rubio just dropped the hammer on the British censorship apparatus. Rubio just banned 5 British and European agents who have been trying to silence Americans and interfere in U.S. elections. Here's what he said. Today, the State Department will take steps to bar leading figures of the global censorship industrial complex from entering the United States. We stand ready and willing to expand this list if others do not reverse course. Now, one of those newly barred British figures played a key role on the ground in the United States in 2024, trying to stop Donald Trump from getting elected. But now it's all out in the open, just like the recent national security strategy put the split with Europe more broadly out in the open. In other words, the United States is saying, Your current policies of censorship, open borders, and keeping the war in Ukraine going are not our policies. So, in London back rooms, the British are quietly conceding that Donald Trump has the upper hand for the moment, and they're preparing Plan B. If they can't stop him, they want to try and outlast him. And they're turning to none other than Mike Pence for that. So we'll break down the new long game coming out of London, specifically from the Empire's premier think tank, Chatham House. I'm Susan Kokinda. I've tracked the hidden hand of the British Empire in the United States for decades. I've seen how they've shaped our economic and strategic policies and manipulated our political processes. Donald Trump has forced that out in the open like no one in my lifetime. And now we have a chance to act like a true republic again. So please like, share, and subscribe so we can spread this message. Today, I'm going to look at how the British and Europe are sabotaging peace in Ukraine in order to buy time, how they're building a Trojan horse inside the Republican Party to undermine Trump in the 2026 midterms, and how Trump's revolutionary economic strategy can completely outflank them. So, to understand why the British are desperately looking for Plan B, you have to understand what they just lost here in Washington. Look at one of the figures that Marco Rubio just banned, Imran Ahmed. He's the British CEO of the Center for Countering Digital Hate. Now, for months prior to the 2024 elections, Ahmed and the CCDH were on the ground in the United States as part of the British deployment to stop Donald Trump. They were part of an army of British foot soldiers, which included nearly 100 British Labour Party staffers interfering directly in our elections. Rubio has just called the censorship industrial complex out, and that weapon is being neutralized. And because they can no longer quietly manipulate American politics from the inside, they're trying to trap us from the outside. This brings us to Ukraine. The split between the United States and Europe and Britain has never been wider. Trump's new national security strategy makes it official. Europe is the problem, not only when it comes to censorship, but when it comes to the Ukraine war. So while Trump's team, led by Steve Witkoff, was meeting separately with Russian and Ukrainian delegations in Florida this past weekend, trying to move the peace process forward, the Europeans were locking themselves into perpetual war with Russia. At a European Council meeting, the EU granted a massive new loan to Ukraine, but the terms are a trap. Hungarian Prime Minister Orban, a Trump ally who opposes the European war stance, pointed out that repayment isn't tied to Ukraine's economic recovery. It's tied to military victory. Here's what Orban said. For this money to ever be recovered, Russia would have to be defeated. That is not the logic of peace, but the logic of war. A war loan inevitably makes its financiers interested in continuation and escalation of the conflict. So the EU and British financiers have just incentivized themselves to sabotage any peace deal Trump proposes. They need the war to continue to save their investment. But they really are doing this alone. Donald Trump is not playing that game, and the Russians know it. And President Putin is openly mocking the disconnect between London and Washington. In his annual year-end marathon Q&A, President Putin responded to the war rhetoric from NATO General Secretary Mark Rutte by pointing out that Europe is completely out of step with the Trump administration. Here's what Putin said. I just want to ask him, what are you saying about a war with Russia? Can you even read? Just read the new U.S. national security strategy. It says that the United States is the key player in NATO, and yet the new national security strategy does not list Russia as an enemy or a target. How can NATO aim to go to war with Russia if the alliance's leading power does not regard us as an adversary? That's the reality. The British and the Europeans are pushing for war, while the U.S. national security strategy has pivoted away. They're isolated, they're desperate, and they need a new way to gain leverage over Trump. And that's why they've turned their eyes to the 2026 midterms. This is going to be a critical point in the entire Trump revolution. And this is why you should subscribe to Promethean Action. We're playing a leading role in equipping you with the intelligence, the resources, and the strategy we're all going to need to win this battle. So please head on over to our website and subscribe to our free newsletter. So here's what you need to understand. The British establishment realizes that the new national security strategy and the other actions by the State Department is a declaration of war against their rules-based order and their policies, and that Donald Trump, if unchecked, is not going to be stopped from establishing an American, not a globalist foreign policy. So they're out to checkmate him with the loss of Congress in the 2026 midterms. And Chatham House, which has been the central mouthpiece for modern British imperialism, is saying it with remarkable candor. They had a year-end policy review seminar, and here's what their director of global economy, Creon Butler, said.
To the extent that in 2026 we have less uncertainty, maybe because Trump loses some steam as a result of midterm elections, because he doesn't want to have any more economic damage to US Supreme Court decisions, we'll see. Or just because he just runs out of steam, and therefore we have that greater stability. We will see a stabilization in the economies, and growth will it is going, but it may strengthen further.
Butler is not a minor figure. He's worked.
Are you hearing what they're doing? They are wishing that Donald Trump fails, with the economy doing very well under Donald Trump, and they are doing everything to sabotage him. And look at all these white rats, very evil people, all these globalists. Donald Trump dared to challenge them. And let me tell you, England is a very evil country. United Kingdom, very evil country. Everything they want to stop Donald Trump. They want to destroy the world. They know that Donald Trump is the one that will save the world. My voice is not coming out, but I've removed the mute. Are you sure, Master Boniface, that my voice is not coming out? I'm no longer muted. I was muted before, but I'm no longer muted. Are you sure my voice is not coming out, Master Boniface? Somebody else should help me, please. Is my voice not coming out? Somebody else should quickly help me now. Somebody please comment. Is my voice not coming out? Anyway, I need to play. Let me go and play the video anyway. I just wanted to make a comment on this particular fact that, look, every attempt they are making to stop Donald Trump, it will all fail. It will all fail because Donald Trump is the instrument of God for this end time. No matter how they try. Because under Donald Trump, there's peace. There's no war. Apart from the war they are fighting against Christians. Apart from the war they are waging against Christians. Apart from the globalizing the intifada and globalizing jihad that they are planning.
Your voice is coming out loud and clear.
My voice is coming out. Okay.
Thank you. Loud and clear. Mazi, emana okwu na-ebute okwu ịba mkpọziri ka contribute when you had this in ekwu. Mazi, the reason why Europe Britain pull from Europe. I'm going to the reason why. Emana Britain up on EU with clear eye.
Okay.
As the people can be push Britain out of EU.
Okay.
So this thing actually make it annual so that all Britain, you will what they put NATO. But I had not one NATO when I focus all the other Europe, have they joined on NATO. On the Ogu Ukraine and one. All Britain and the Joe Biden cause every Britain now force in the habitat to NATO. Right? Kita no one. Kita no one. How no look na NATO kita. Ndeke hope how na NATO na. Now kita no one. Chine kene mekwe kita no one. Kahama the head of NATO now we have a problem. America. I have a problem now. Immediately the Israel moral hamidi.
Yes.
And the target is Putin. Russia target will pretend actually one. And they put in a fight. Kita no one. They were enemy between America and Britain. Go when you had that power. It will be Britain. Mas can go get you. Nothing na to kita no one. Any missile Russia war. Born to Britain, or Ireland, go yes, we again. Okay, friend, when I mean I Jordan, oh, na Israel, was Syria, okay, na friend, I mean I Jordan, so look at na Jordan, okay, I mean Ireland in the video.
So would you? So would
the target Russia or Britain actually one. Okay, but this man, Prime Minister, and the Britain, they put a name back, now put each other in. Okay, target Russia in Britain. I'm telling you, go and mark this thing, and they put you in.
The bomb bag had an island on a Britain called Haga. How to about the bomb? How I called down at the Buckingham Palace. So like is the how one
in the case on when the Britain made intercede, you know, yeah, because when the Britain tried to stop on Ireland and the West, all Bangwa Kenyan and another. And when they about to yeah, you know. So kind of want because now our leader make it over Britain.
Yes.
But to send that, how to can then will not Biafra. That about to send that.
Everywhere in Britain, everywhere they've taken over everywhere.
Yeah. I couldn't look to the Trump. Go say Britain, you are finished.
Yes, I'm gonna hear now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Ruben Nadi. Thank you so much. I saw your comment. Thank you so very much. So let me tell you, these things are going to happen. And Chineke. Donald Trump came for the rescue. And that's why Biafra need to come. You see how heartless Britain is. How very heartless they are. Now, how can you shamelessly deny your citizen and say that your relationship with Nigeria is more important than your citizen that was kidnapped? You don't know what is going to befall Britain. Oh. A man that wants the interest of Britain, because if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not care about Britain, he wouldn't take their citizenship. He took their citizenship because he felt that they are a country of rule of law and that his life would be more secure there. Now, where he ran away from and took a citizenship, you are now forming allegiance with those people to punish a man that is rejecting the kind of very awkward lifestyle in Nigeria. You choose to support Nigeria against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a citizen of Britain. God will so punish Britain, eh? God will so punish you. Please let this woman continue. Look at this man. They are wishing that Donald Trump will make mistake. But Donald Trump will never make mistake. I'm telling you, after Donald Trump, the next person that will take over from Donald Trump will continue on Donald Trump policy. No way will they fall into your hand again, you demonic Democrats.
And Chatham House, which has been the central mouthpiece for modern British imperialism, is saying it with remarkable candor. They had a year-end policy review seminar, and here's what their director of global economy, Creon Butler, said.
To the extent that in 2026 we have less uncertainty, maybe because Trump loses some steam as a result of midterm elections, because he doesn't want to have any more economic damage to US Supreme Court decisions, we'll see. You know, or just because, you know, he just runs out of steam and therefore we have that greater stability. We will, you know...
They are hoping that Trump will run out of steam. And they want to depend on Supreme Court. Donald Trump will never run out of steam. The steam will increase. Look at all these white people. Can you imagine these people? They hope he run out of steam.
Seminar, and here's what their director of global economy, Creon Butler, said.
To the extent that in 2026 we have less uncertainty, maybe because Trump loses some steam as a result of midterm elections, because he doesn't want to have any more economic damage to US Supreme Court decisions, we'll see. You know, or just because, you know, he just runs out of steam and therefore we have that greater stability. We will, you know, see a stabilization in the economies and growth it is going, but it may strengthen further.
Butler is not a minor figure. He's worked for the Bank of England and the Foreign Office under both Labour and Conservative governments. He's the perfect empire man. Now think about what he said. Their entire economic control depends on Trump losing steam in the 2026 midterms. They're not predicting it, they're planning for it. And they aren't hiding it either. Chatham House just published an interview with a top Democratic strategist with this telling headline. If the Democrats can't take back the U.S. Senate in the midterm elections, we're in trouble. Trouble for who? For the globalist establishment that Trump is dismantling. Because if Trump maintains...
Are you people following what these people are planning? If the Democrats do not take over, that they are in trouble. That trouble will finish all of you. Look, a lot of things are about to happen. I'm telling you, look at what they are planning. If the Democrats do not take over, that they are in trouble. Are you following this thing?
Predicting it, they're planning for it. And they aren't hiding it either. Chatham House just published an interview with a top Democratic strategist with this telling headline. If the Democrats can't take back the U.S. Senate in the midterm elections, we're in trouble. Trouble for who? For the globalist establishment that Trump is dismantling. Because if Trump maintains Republican control of Congress, or better yet, increases the MAGA component of Congress, he can finish the economic and foreign policy revolution he started. But if the British establishment and the globalists can flip the Senate, or even just pick up enough seats to empower the rhinos, they can paralyze his agenda for the final 2 years of his term. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. They aren't just writing and talking about it. They're deploying their own man inside the Republican ranks, Mike Pence. Pence was in Britain in mid-November getting tuned up for the job, which he laid out in a speech to Chatham House. Pence positioned himself as the anti-Trump on all fronts. He lined up with Europe on Ukraine, he portrayed China as a mortal enemy, and he extolled Britain's role in creating Christian Zionism.
Are you seeing that? Mike Pence, who was Donald Trump's vice president, is now the one they are using inside the Democratic Party. Donald Trump must open his eyes. Oh, Donald Trump needs to open his eyes. Hey, this world is full of evil. Oh. It is the globalist people that are doing all these things. Oh. And the funny thing is that they are working through some Christians. And they say it is this Pence that is forming the Zion Christianism, whatever she called it. Another form of Zionism inside Christendom. And those are people that call the name of Jesus. A lot of evil is about to happen. Eh? Let me take this caller. Mazi, fine.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Ndewo. My brother. I ain't alive.
I know. I'm watching the program. Although I'm outside, but I'm still watching the program.
And then I plan quite evil, even against Donald Trump.
There is one thing that I want you to know. Is it every prophecy of Martin Namdekan must be fulfilled? That is a message that I will send to you.
Okay.
Huh? It's a video. I will send it to you now. Maybe you play it now. Or after speaking, I will send it to you. Maybe you have to play it now. Maybe you play it later.
Okay.
That is something that man said in that video. It was an Hausa man, not an Igbo man, not a Yoruba man. It was an Hausa man. He said that Mazen Namdekan is a prophet of God. That Mazen Namdekan is half angel and half human being.
Hey!
This is how he said Mazen Namdekan is half angel and half human being. He said that no man born of a woman can kill Mazen Namdekan, no matter what Nigeria does.
Hallelujah!
Even if they plan to kill him, after planning, that secret of killing him will leave, they will not kill him.
Hey!
They will do another thing. Instead of them doing what they plan, they will be doing opposite thing.
You say?
You understand? He said that any day Mazen Namdekan will give up. That Mazen Namdekan will just die a natural death. But so long as he's still holding on that truth, that is holding tight, that Mazen Namdekan will never die. And even if they like, let them pack all the poison in this life. Let them inject him with all the poison in this life. They can't die.
Hallelujah.
You understand? That is what the man was saying in that video.
Please send me the video. Send me the video. Send me the video so we'll play it before we go.
Okay. Now, back to the program you are doing. Pastor Mama. Mazen told Britain that because of their pride and their arrogancy, that he knew that they would never give up in the affair of Biafra. He told Britain that if Britain continued to meddle in the affair of Biafra, for Biafra not to go, that God Almighty will destroy them. It did not happen. You understand?
Yes.
He told Britain that if they continue to meddle in the affair of the freedom of God's people, that God Almighty will destroy Britain.
Beyond recognition.
He would destroy Britain beyond recognition. He would destroy them into pieces. You understand?
Yes.
Now the law that is about to be passed in Britain is for Muslims to be protected in Britain.
Yes.
That is the law. Britain is no longer a Christian country, rather a Muslim country. And that Sharia law that their people is running away from is what they are going to use to destroy all of them. You understand?
Yes.
So one thing people understand is that the prophecy must be fulfilled.
Yes.
And Mazen Namdekan said that he was praying in Jerusalem, and God told him that the hour has not come. That when the hour will come, the whole world will shake. And after that, the Biafra will come.
You say?
You see this dew. You see this dew that is on heaven. You see this dew of rain that is about to fall. My brother, like what I told you, I've always told you on the program. I told you that clean have not started in Nigeria. You see, clean. What is going on is a side place. A time will come when everybody in Nigeria, you will not even have strength to cry. Even our own people, human people, because of our stupidity, because of some of our stupidity, our people's stupidity, our people will cry. They will look for us. They will look for our PM. Before Biafra will come, a lot of people will die. Millions will die. I'm not saying thousands. Millions will die. Even the people that are going to die in Nigeria will be more than times 2 or times 3 of what died in Biafra war. Because God wants to redeem his people.
Yes.
And when God redeems us, that all glory will be given unto him, not to man. That all of us, every mankind, will remember the deed of God in the land of Biafra land.
You see?
And every woman, being born of a woman, will remember the deed of God in our life.
You see?
That every living creature that will live after the freedom of our Biafra will bow before Chico Kadiama, not to any man.
You see?
That is what God wants to do. Remember, Martin Namdekan told us that it is last miracle on this planet and it's going to happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the people that will remain to champion this nation, this new nation that is about to be born, there will be few. You understand? The people that are going to remain will be few. But like what I'm telling you, stand firm, don't shake. Remember what Moses told the children of Israel. He said they should be looking up to they should look up to the serpent, that whosoever has laid his face down, that him the serpent will bite. Continue to stand on that truthfulness, regardless of anything. Even if it is 1 or 2 people that are coming here to contribute or watch you, do not shake. For this miracle will not happen by any man. This miracle will happen by the hand of God. That at the end, all glory and adoration will be given unto him. That is not a man who gives us this freedom, but it is him alone that gives freedom. You think that God doesn't know that our prime minister will be taken? You think that God doesn't know? There is not a year time for our prime minister to be out. When the time comes for him to be out, listen, our people have to cry first because our prime minister will first of all come out. It is our prime minister who will free Maxwell. No court of Nigeria, no court will free Maxwell. No law court will free Maxwell. What will free Maxwell is our PM.
Wow.
You understand? And when that time comes, you will see Finland will do. In fact, our highest supporter will be Finland. Just mark it. Finland, they will be our highest supporter when the time comes. Today is 25th December 2025. Say that if I told you on your program that the highest supporter that will support us is Finland. Finland will stand to the last. Just forget about all this thing that their corrupt politicians is doing with Nigerian government. When time comes, they will turn 360 degrees and turn their back against Nigeria. Nigeria will cry and knock the door. They won't even do them. That the person that will free our leader, Martin is our Prime Minister, Simon. No man born of a woman.
Oh, Batobie! Welcome video.
Remember when they were using Leno Pebu issue to fight you. I told you that the time will come when you will be the one to defend Simon Ekpa. Is it not happening today?
Exactly. It's happening now.
I told you on your program that time. A time will come when you will be the only one that will stand there to defend this Simon Ekpa that people are fighting against you. Are you not the only one standing now defending him on the media? Apart from the CRC and BGC. Who else? Tell me, just tell me one person that is standing defending our Prime Minister apart from you. My brother. God allowed Donald Trump to fail that second term for a time like this.
Yes. Yes.
So let nobody share. God allow him that rigging to happen. Because God already know ahead that it will be a time like that.
Yes.
So let nobody share. Our Prime Minister will come out.
Yes.
But it's not now.
Yes.
But when the time comes, Finland will free him. And immediately he come out, it will not take time. Our leader, MNK, will come out with the flag of Biafra.
Wow.
I think I have to go.
Wow.
God bless.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much. What a powerful contribution. I love that. Thank you so much. Wow. I love that. I love that. Our PM need us now. I was saying it yesterday. Some of you, I was expecting some of you to even call and ask me, how does the PM needs you now. He needs you now. Let's hasten this thing and make it happen very fast. Odogu needs us now. And we need to come together and support Odogu. He needs us now. So let me play the remaining 8 minutes of this, and then I'll go and have my Christmas rice. Because my wife is cooking fried rice. Fried rice with umanu ebere krekere. Even though some of you did not do Christmas for me, no problem. I will enjoy my Christmas with Nnamdi. But some of you that want to do Christmas for me, you can go and send it, and then I'll appreciate it. Or you better still, you can still tell me that Vam, I don't want to do Christmas for you. I want to do Christmas for our boys. I want to do Christmas for our Prime Minister. I will appreciate it even much more. Please, you call me and say, Vam, no, let me do Christmas for our Prime Minister. I have $500. I have $1,000 for Prime Minister. Because any fake something now. Very urgent. Very urgent. And PM when the game we have. PM when the game something. Everywhere they shake now. And abokwa mo obrego ndi mana ha ji ego to support. Can me ha call me so. Please call me. I have 1,000 euros, 5,000 euros for PM. Please call me. One Alpha.
I'll send you the video.
Okay, send it. Okay, thank you very much. I'll look for it now. Thank you. Thank you.
It's on this WhatsApp.
On this WhatsApp. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. So I will play this other video and then I'll end it with that. Please remember PM. At least PM before 500, 1,000. Any day now. At least 50 people getting PM 500. 50 people. I'm going to know among the 100 men. Send me a message. I have 500. I have 500. I have 1,000. Here I have PM need. But I go. Came here to me. Born on my phone. Born on my phone. About for me, any PM. Keta. Only did a keta. Well, because that is upon on the 100. unu chọọ mmadụ ise akpakọ ọnụ tụkọ 100 ọ bụrụ 500 because any day go gbara ọkpụrụkpụ ka eji mee something gbara ọkpụrụkpụ very very important before the end of January. Before the end of January. So at the end of January, agwa m unu ihu nu mere, unu anu testimony of ihu nu mere. If you can't do it, it will be very important. Okay? So please, very, very important. All right, let me play this video and allow it to finish.
Chatham House. Pence positioned himself as the anti-Trump on all fronts. He lined up with Europe on Ukraine. He portrayed China as a mortal enemy. And he extolled Britain's role in creating Christian Zionism. Then he summed it up.
The American people are rejecting the siren song of populism. I believe they always will. Because America's core character does not change. With one leader, one season in our history, our nation has weathered populists and progressives, isolationists and realists, every shade in between.
Not only that, Pence's organization, Advancing American Freedom, is positioning itself as the future of conservatism, one that rejects Trump's economic nationalism and his challenge to forever wars. Just this week, a large group of staffers from the Heritage Foundation defected over to Pence's think tank. Now, in their coverage of that Heritage defection, the Wall Street Journal laid out the reason. Heritage is supporting too many of Trump's policies. And the article quoted Pence attacking Heritage on exactly those grounds. Pence said the foundation had fallen because it had embraced elements of isolationism, stopped backing Ukraine in the war with Russia, supported some tariffs, and backed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as HHS secretary, among other things. So this is the Trojan horse. While Trump is fighting Democrats and the obvious enemies, there's a quiet effort underway to rebuild the never-Trump faction of the Republican Party with British institutional backing and position it to take back control in 2026 or 2028. They can't beat Trump directly, so they're playing the long game. Sabotage peace in Ukraine, target the 2026 midterms to break Trump's momentum, and rebuild a respectable Republican alternative for when Trump is out in 2028. But here's what they don't count on. Trump isn't playing by their rules: political, strategic, and especially economic. His economic policies can make them irrelevant through his sheer economic success and by creating a new Republican coalition, which doesn't need the likes of Mike Pence and his fellow travelers and is based on blue-collar workers and a broad coalition of everyday Americans. Trump is building a new American system economy, and if he succeeds, especially if the working class sees real growth, if factories start getting built as they are, if blue-collar Americans can raise a family on one income, then the Pence-Chatham House faction is going to fall on its face and is going to be left in the dust. So look at the economic news this week. In two key areas, the experts were caught flat-footed by Trump's success. Under the headline, "Inflation Cools Faster Than Expected," this article says, the financial markets received a long-awaited gift this morning as the November Consumer Price Index report revealed inflation is easing at a significantly faster pace than Wall Street had anticipated. And then there were the GDP figures, which Trump celebrated with this truth. Third quarter GDP came in at 4.3%, blowing past expectations of 3.2%. 60 of 61 Bloomberg economists got it wrong, but Trump and some other geniuses got it right. The success is due to good government and tariffs. And Trump is delivering. Look at what he's doing on multiple fronts. While he's pursuing policies which will build up the working class with more good-paying jobs, he's taking on the problem from the top. He's taking aim at the super concentrated industries, the various industrial complexes like health, drug, and beef cartels that we spoke about last week. And in his White House Oval Office availability on Monday, Trump added to the list of cartels he's taking on and announced that he's going to be meeting with auto insurance, home insurance, and other insurance companies next week because they are, quote, making far more than they're entitled to make, unquote. And here's the big one. the military-industrial complex. In announcing a major initiative to build battleships again, Trump said this about the defense industry and defense executives.
We'll be discussing the pay to executives where they're making $45 and $50 million a year and not being able to build quickly. They're going to make that kind of money. They have to build quickly. Again, we make the best equipment in the world, but they don't make them fast enough. And we're going to be also discussing dividends. We want the dividends to go into the creation of production facilities. So we'll be talking about all CapEx, dividends, and the pay. We're also going to be talking about buybacks. They spend so much money on buybacks. They want to buy back their stock. I don't want them to buy back their stock. I want them to put the money in plant and equipment so they can build these planes fast, rapidly, like immediately.
So he's telling the military-industrial complex, stop enriching yourself. Start building America's defense industrial base. He's telling the insurance companies, stop price gouging. Start serving the American people. This is the American system. It's the system that says the government should support productive investment, protect domestic industry, and ensure that the economy serves the people, not the financiers and the cartels. And here's the checkmate move. If Trump's economy booms, if wages rise, if more factories are built, if working-class Americans start seeing real prosperity, then what does the Chatham House 2026 strategy matter? So let's wrap this up. The British are playing the long game, but Trump is playing a deeper game. They're targeting 2026. He's building an economic system that makes their entire strategy obsolete. Yes, we need to track the empire's operations, foreign and domestic. But most importantly, we need to support Trump's economic revolution. That's the real battle. So if you want to enlist in that battle, join us at Promethean Action. We're building a community of people who understand grand strategy, who can see through the smoke, and who are committed to joining with Trump in reviving that American system. So please join us as a regular paying member or make the biggest contribution you can. The British think they can outlast Trump, but they're wrong. They can't outlast us, not when we remember who we are and what our republic was designed to be. This has been your Christmas Eve midweek update. I hope you take the time to reflect on what the celebration of Christ's birth means for our republic and for the world, and have a blessed holiday.
Thanks for watching. Please take a moment and subscribe to our free newsletter at PrometheanAction.com.
Nice one. Thank you very much. Please, credit goes to them. So subscribe and follow them. Promethean Action. Promethean Action. Oh, now how do we read this? It's difficult. Anyway, just support them, and I think this woman is doing a great job. And I have to bring this video that Ifeanyi just told us about, and then we will lock up on that. Let's listen to what Ifeanyi said. Ifeanyi just told us about this from his call, and then we want to listen to it, and then we'll call it a Christmas. I will be back, though, by the grace of God, because the celebration just started. All right, let's go. Oh, hold on. Why is he not talking? Okay, the audio was off. Okay.
You know why they did not release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? There are signals that people don't play with. It's like holding Elijah, who knows the secret of the enemies of Israel. Okay, not releasing him. Has that solved the problem? No. The reason why they held Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he has an insight. He sees ahead of them, even their strategic Islamic agenda and plans. He exposes them. If you doubt me, go and listen to his broadcast, his past broadcasts, word for word. Everything he said are coming to pass. That is the fear of the government. They can't handle it. They can't explain it. I told people, the day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back down from this his position, he will die natural death. But as far as he's standing on it, nobody can kill him. Why are they militarizing the East? There's an anger in the mind of the entire. There's what I call the political calculus of Nigeria. Based on the political calculus of Nigeria, the civil war of 1967 is still continuing till now, till this night. All the destruction that is going on in Lagos against a particular ethnic group is continuation of that civil war. But the more you try to push down these people unjustly, the more they rise. There's a mystery behind it. Have you checked the number of the Fulanis that have led this country? Do you know how much money they have stolen? Have they escaped being the capital of poverty in Nigeria?
No.
There's a mystery behind it. You can't explain it. If you have your brother who belong to security forces, ask them how much they realize from extorting motorists on the highway on daily basis, but you cannot profit them. It's a mystery. There are mysteries about life. A judge can predetermine a case and even put in the judgment what somebody did not say to make sure that he has judgment at the end of the day. Have you heard that Omotosho, that when they traced and went to the prison authorities, they said that Mazin Namdekanu is sent to Sokoto prison based on the order of the judge, because a judge does not have right to determine where they will send that. He said they should cut him off from the internet because of emotion. They should put him in a solitary confinement. It's a Sharia apostle. No, that is not common law. That is not common law jurisprudence. What they are doing is Islamic this thing that respect only Sharia and nothing more. So what is going on in Nigeria is a game. They have captured the judiciary. They are using the judiciary as a smoke screen to enforce Sharia against all Nigerians. The pronouncement that is coming from the so-called judiciary is Islamic jurisprudence. You know why they did not release Mazin?
Wow, this is deep, eh? Very deep. As long as Mazin Namdekanu remains on the side, as long as Mazin Namdekanu remains on the side of truth and doesn't waver, no man born of a woman can take his life. So the truth is what he's winning by, and the truth is what is sustaining him. That's why Maxwell should be careful where he aligns himself with. Make sure, even as a lawyer, make sure you are aligning yourself with truth. Make sure you are aligning yourself with truth, because truth will always save you. On the last day, God is not going to say, you are a lawyer. Because you are a lawyer, and even though you defended lie, because you are a lawyer now, we'll forgive you for that lie. Lie. Truth is what will save you. Lies will destroy you. I am Vam. Until I come back later, airborne. Merry Christmas to every one of you. Remain strong and remain focused.